Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of Heal Yourself, A Return to Wholeness, the Integration of Body, Mind, Soul, and Spirit. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. All of my books are available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, Twin Flame Romance, Life Path and Purpose. You can book that at my website, michellefondinauthor.com. This is the weekly Divine Feminine Tarot reading, messages for Divine Feminine. Today is Friday, May 28th, 2021. How are you doing, Twin Flame Divine Feminines? I'm back in California, and I am so happy to say that while I was in Hawaii, in fact, the first full day I was in Hawaii, I kept getting messages from some of you out there who had instant communication with your Divine Masculine. All I want to say to you guys is congratulations for doing a good job on your own internal work, because it's working, guys. It's totally working. So I'm really happy. And I was saying to myself after that first day in Hawaii, I was like, oh my God, maybe I need to go to Hawaii more often, because all of a sudden twin flames are coming back into union. I don't know if that means something or not, but it was really crazy to receive those messages a day after I arrived in Hawaii. So I had a wonderful time, but I'm back now. So let's say a prayer over the cards. Dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Divine Feminines, Guardian Angels, let this reading be of the highest light and love of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, please stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Romance angels, twin flame angels, please help Divine Feminines understand what they need to know to learn and grow this week. So first, we're going to pick from the Fairy Tarot. We're picking 5 cards from 5 different decks. We're going to see what your angels and guides have to say to you today, Divine Feminines. And for the rest of the week, Mercury, sorry, that's what I was trying to say. Mercury is actually moving retrograde tomorrow, Saturday, May 29th. We are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. It's always in the shadow about a few days before and a few days after the Mercury retrograde. So it should be really super duper interesting to see what is happening with communication. Oftentimes for twin flames, this can mean communication from someone from your past coming forward during a Mercury retrograde. So it really should be super duper interesting. There is a lot of dreamy energy with Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, and that is happening. Jupiter and Pisces is happening for the next 2 months. We have until the end of July. So again, that's a little bit more of that reflective energy for everyone involved, not just Divine Feminines, but also Divine Masculines and the rest of the world. But I really feel like in this Mercury retrograde, I'm feeling strongly. We shall see this on Monday for the union energies. So please join me on Monday for the union energies. But I feel like there will be a lot of communication, a lot more 5D communication as well. And we are seeing in this reading here for Divine Feminines that there is a lot of dreaminess happening. I really see that. This is the time to be a little bit dreamy. I know it might seem like you want this to be manifest in the real world, in the 3D world, but I'm seeing a lot of daydreaming. Now, what is the point of daydreaming? The point of daydreaming and really imagining things is that the more you imagine it, the more you can achieve it. Just like the William A. Ward quote that I have quoted before for Divine Feminines that I've had on my wall for years. And it's, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. And I feel like that's a really important thing for this week for Divine Feminines. I feel like you need to go back a little bit into daydreaming mode. What is daydreaming mode? It is the mode at which you allow your spirit to soar. It's not about staying stuck in your thoughts or your thought patterns, but it's more about allowing the mind to calm completely so that your imagination can run wild. And when you allow your imagination to run wild, You allow yourself to have more flourishing, creative ideas that help you to think outside of the box. And I really feel that that's what this is about. So I like this because we start with the unity card. You know, we're talking about twin flame union. We're talking about unity on the planet. Part of your work as a light worker is to bring about unity, not dissonance, not disharmony, but unity. Now, the unity card is a really interesting card. It's the Hierophant in traditional tarot. What this can mean is either bucking tradition, so literally thinking outside the box, or it could be adhering more closely to your traditions. In this case, what I really feel unity is about bucking tradition. It's about truly thinking outside of the box, letting go of some of the rules and regulations that have held you down, not only in your own life, but your upbringing, in your family life, but also just generally speaking. This is about breaking the rules a little bit. It's also about like questioning the rules, questioning other people, questioning traditions, questioning, does this make sense now for me in my current pattern of life, in my current trajectory of life? Does this make sense for me now? Can I buck the tradition? Can I go another way rather than doing things the same way? And 5 is the number of change, and it's all about, you know what? I need to change things that aren't working. The excuse, it's always been done this way, does not work for me anymore. So I really want to buck tradition. And how do you do that? We are focusing on our daydreaming, as I mentioned. It's like allowing yourself, it's just saying, relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. And I feel like if you do that, if you relax and receive without directing your thoughts, Divine Feminines, you will get to know where are the areas in which I need to buck tradition. Where are the areas of my life where following the rules just would not be to my highest and greatest good? And Archangel Uriel is sending you brilliant ideas. I love this. So I feel like through the daydreaming, you will have those ideas, the spark of intuition, the spark of a brilliant thought, a brilliant idea that might come from not even thinking. You know, it's funny, we talked about not thinking thoughts, but allowing thoughts to come to you, allowing your intuition to speak to you. So when you see something like brilliant idea, that light bulb moment, the aha moment, you might think it might come from thoughts. But on the contrary, I feel like the brilliant ideas for you in this space this week, Divine Feminines, is going to come from not thinking any thoughts in particular, but allowing the divine to speak to you through your own intuition. And we got further confirmation of this with the third eye chakra. And it literally says here, it is safe for you to see the energy of love in everything, in forms of auras, visions, angels. Like, it's completely safe for you to see things through the third eye. What is the third eye chakra in charge of? It's in charge of your intuition, your higher vision, your psychic abilities, clairvoyance, literally third eye, right? And I feel like through the third eye, through this daydreaming, you're going to have the brilliant ideas that Archangel Uriel is sending to you. And here, I like this because this says, make the best choice. And I'm really guided to read from the book on this. This is the Mystical Wisdom Oracle deck. And I feel like choices for you, I feel like it's going to go beyond actual cognitive choice making. And we will actually see what the book has to say. It says, human nature comes with the greatest responsibility, free will to make the decisions and accept the consequences of one's actions, words, and thoughts. Everyone makes the choice to accept situations as they are or take the responsibility to change them. Make the decisions that are best for you, as you will never be able to please everyone. Choose your actions based on your own personal values. Regret nothing, your choice determines the consequences. And the mantra is, I take responsibility for my choices. Okay, let's wrap this card back around to the Unity card because I feel like it's all connected. So, Divine Feminines, when you make the choice, like the Hierophant, to buck tradition, to think outside the box and to start to do things and see things in a different way, you are making a choice. A lot of times we don't want to make our own choices. We don't want to be guided by our own personal values because we fear the consequences of those actions. We fear the consequences of going outside of the box, changing or doing something different than what has already been done. But this choice-making card, this card is saying to you, look, you have to accept the responsibility of your choices. That is certain. But the choices that you make when you take responsibility for making choices that may be different from everybody else. And I'm facing a decision like this too, Divine Feminine, so know that I'm in the same boat as you. I have been making the decision to buck tradition about a certain choice. I'm not going to say what it is, but I've been bucking tradition by making a decision to make a choice that is very different from the choice that a lot of people are making in the world today. And what I want to say to you is that I too have been struggling with, do I follow the status quo? Do I follow what has already been done? Do I follow the rules, regulations, the paradigms that everybody else is following? Or do I forge my own path? And it's really hard to forge your own path when you see that bucking tradition can put you on the outside. And I feel that if you really turn to the inside of you and you make the decision to buck tradition and create your own path and make your own choices and create new traditions, that taking responsibility for that will be easier. And here is why. It will be easier because you will feel good about the choice that you're making because it's based on your own values. And when you honor your own values and you honor yourself while making those choices, while the choices might seem difficult, especially if they're different than the decisions and choices that everyone else is making around you. But if you do that, you follow your inner guidance and you follow your own choices and values, taking responsibility for them will be so much easier because you are aligned with yourself. And I feel like this is what you're doing, Divine Feminines. Whatever the case may be, allow yourself to daydream this week. Allow yourself to just do things that allow your mind to wander and use your imagination. Like, do something creative that really allows your imagination to flow, whatever it is this week. But I feel like it's a really, really good week for that, Divine Feminines. So I hope this was helpful for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other twin flames. And thank you so much for your support of my channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can join a boot camp. You can pledge your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/michellefondinauthor. And I will see you in the next video.